Kenny Omega had a big announcement on Dynamite. Find out what it was.
And Mariah May not Mariah May, the other one. And Harley Cameron had her first match on Dynamite. Could she make out with the win against Mariah May?
And finally, after Tony Khan's severe injury, who really is running AEW? All that and more in this week's episode of Grapple Sauce. Hit it, Dave.
Hey, the Daver here. Welcome to the show.
Hey, this guy's Chad.
And Chandler's back as well. How we doing, Dave?
We're doing darn good. I thoroughly enjoyed Dynamite, except for the damn crowd.
Yeah, Edmonton. Oh no, I already said. Do I need to bleep that?
Frick Edmonton, am I right? Hey-o.
Dude, yeah, we need our first bleep in a video. Make that happen.
Yeah. Probably should bleep the first part of that name for Edmonton, because I think YouTube also gets cranky about any sort of drugs. So, I used to watch, certain Breaking Bad clips, and obviously in Breaking Bad, they make that, so they would bleep that out. So just, if we want to keep this up.
Cool.
Oh, man, yeah. We had a lot of action. Christian Cage, what a freaking legend. What a heel. What a gift we got him back in the wrestling world after a major injury. Really liking that direction. That crowd, man. Poor Serena Deeb. Her promo pouring her heart out about her seizures and being gone for 15 months, and those assholes are cheering or chanting for the Oilers. Well, first they were completely silent. It was eerie. Nothing. And then she's talking, and then you hear the Oilers chant. Do you see the sign, Tony Storm is greater than Serena Dweeb? Yeah.
I wrote that down because I don't agree with the Serena Dweeb, but I do agree with that. I always like Tony Storm more. Tony Storm is better than any woman on the women's AEW roster right now. I'll stand by that.
Oh, man. Yeah. Felt bad for her. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. But before we get into AEW, is there anything going on in the greater wrestling world? I heard there's a couple good matches on Raw, right?
Yeah, we had Sheamus and Gunther, which is weird. Normally that would be the best match on Raw, but Mr. Ricochet and Ilya Dragunov just kind of tore the house down. Kind of nice to have some really good, almost like AEW level matches on Raw, which usually it's it's a Raw match. It's going to be entertaining, but it's going to be pretty copy and paste. But they both had themselves some bangers.
Yeah, there was I can count on one hand the amount of matches on Raw that were exceptional in the last year or so. It was Chad Gable and Gunther. It was the Gauntlet match to face Gunther at WrestleMania earlier this year. And then now there's 3 more, all from this one episode of Raw. It's crazy. And there was a pretty good CM Punk promo, which, this might be controversial to hear from Dave, but I like CM Punk a whole lot, and I'm glad that he's being utilized in any company. I feel like after Brawl Out, he had a big chip on his shoulder with AEW, because again, he just wanted to be fired, and Tony Khan was like, no, we'll make it work, and obviously they didn't. So, knock on wood, I'm glad it's working out right now. I'm glad he seems happy, and I'm glad he's putting in a lot of good work. I love the CM Punk Drew feud. I can't wait for them both to be healed and fighting each other.
Yeah, no, that the bit that led to the cash in on WrestleMania was fantastic. It was as it was happening real time, I was like, oh, this is cute. Oh no. Oh, is this gonna? Oh no, is this music gonna hit?
Yeah, CM Punk got to get his little punches in, and he clotheslined him with his brace, and then he did the funny Judgment Day meme, and fucking Priest came out, got the cash in. I loved it.
Yeah, I know. I was convinced there was gonna be no cash in, so they got me hook, line, and sinker. It was good, and and then just like that, almost like Dave with Chris Jericho, all of a sudden I was back on the CM Punk bandwagon. I was like, oh man, I like him again.
Oh, we're getting around to that.
Oh
I'm the
man,
only
yeah,
one who's hanging on to my Jericho hatred.
yeah. I don't know. I can't embrace Punk yet. Like honestly, I just think of him as a loose cannon, violent, unprofessional guy.
I understand that completely. I understand still being upset or not liking the guy. I'm just saying I've liked him for a long time. He's not one of my favorites, but I really like him. I really appreciate him. So I'm glad he's getting to work and enjoying himself. Did you guys see how he was? He might have been fake, but he was trapped in the WWE headquarters
Oh,
over
that
the
was
weekend.
hilarious.
I watched all of those videos. I thought they were all funny because he was just like showing videos of like wrestlers he liked, and then he like flashed the original plans for
Yeah,
WrestleMania
that
30.
was amazing.
Big Show versus Kane at WrestleMania. Are you kidding me with this? There's a reason Vince McMahon isn't around anymore.
Yeah, so that wasn't real.
I think that was real. I think the WrestleMania 30 plans were real. I don't think
Him not getting locked.
like, it could have been. It could have also been. I'll have a little bit of fun, right?
Yeah.
Like I highly doubt one of the biggest stars in your company could get locked in your headquarters and no one's around to unlock the door for him, right? I don't believe that. So I bet you he just like, oh, I'm locked in, and I'll just kind of hang out. Like I'll just have some fun with this. I think it's more so that.
I instantly thought, like, man, that sounds a little worse than not being picked up from the airport by AEW. One of your
Yeah.
biggest stars, you lock in your building and leave for the night.
It was funny. It was very funny. I like how people were like, "How are you eating?" And he was like, it's a major corporation. There's
Yeah.
fridges everywhere. Everything's stocked. Like, I'm just grabbing shit. Like, what do you want from me?"
Yeah, it's funny. Like, I guess I respect him. Like, I know what he's contributed. I understand he's a attractor of controversy and intrigue and shoot, the videos that we put up with his face on it, with the thumbnails with his face, do the best
Uh-huh.
of all our videos. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. I get it. People can't get enough. But I'm just so disappointed in how it all went down. Whatever. Under the bridge.
In a perfect in a perfect world, Punk probably could have finished his AEW run without any controversies, right? Like any. And then maybe he could have gone to WWE. Maybe he could have stayed, like right? But we don't live in that world. We can't fantasy book, so we just got to deal with what we got. But any other news? It's kind of been quiet, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing really comes to mind. Uh yeah, we're just building up to Double or Nothing. What pay-per-views coming up for WWE?
King and Queen of the Ring. It's gonna be a Saudi show. I don't think they've announced any like conclusive matches yet. Wait. They announced one women's match, I think. I think it's Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan for the title at King and Queen of the Ring. And then obviously you'll get the finalists of the King of the Ring and the finalists of the Queen of the Ring. A lot of people are saying the final of the King of the Ring will be Gunther Dragunov, which is a match that a lot of people have been wanting for a while to see again. So I'd be fine with that. I'd be fine with that on pay-per-view. But other than that, I'm sure Cody will have a match. Cody will probably just fight AJ Styles again because a lot of people liked that match anyways, and a lot of people kind of wanted to see it happen again. So I think it's fine.
Back to a little news I read today. DDP posted a bunch of photos. He's been training with Britt Baker,
Oh,
and she
fun.
is ripped,
Ooh.
completely ripped,
Ooh.
like buff. Like she is imminently returning. So,
Heck yeah.
oh, I'm clamoring for Britt Baker. She is
You could.
the women's division to me.
Yeah, like her and Monet, maybe.
I was gonna say like You could have Britt Baker return, fight Monet for the TBS title, or fight Storm for the women's title, but I don't think she's winning either of those. So do we want to see Baker lose so soon after she just built herself up and trained for years? Like, not years, but months? Like, if only we could have women's feuds without titles. If
Right?
only.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
maybe
I'm
her and Hater maybe have a thing if Hater returns soon too. That'd be dope.
Let me pitch something, okay? Baker returns at Double or Nothing, costs Monet the title. You start a feud with Monet and Baker, titleless, over Baker being jealous that Monet is getting all this TV time when she's not even wrestling. When Baker's like, I could have been wrestling this entire time, and I'm not. Like, you could build a feud around that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, it's logical.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm a big Britt Baker fan. Chandler, you've only maybe seen one Britt Baker match that lost to
It was the All-In Fatal
Statlander?
4-Way. No, it was the All-In Fatal 4-Way for the women's title with Storm, Saraya, Sheeta, and Storm. Or Baker, sorry. And that's the one where Baker had Sheeta in her finishing, like her lockjaw, I think they called it. And then Saraya like sneakily got her submission on Storm, and Storm tapped out. And I was like, I really don't want to see Saraya win this. But I'd love to see her come back. And what's funny is I think we were reviewing the Cody Dustin match, and I pulled up the Collision the Dynamite poster or whatever for this, and I saw Danielson and Saraya and Kingston, and I was like, huh, they're not announced for anything. I wonder how they're gonna get involved. And they were.
Yeah. Remembered that when you mentioned that last episode that they were on the poster or whatever, and I'm like, when they came out, I was like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah. To be fair, I think Osprey was on that too, and that's something that I was kind of getting a little annoyed at. I was like, wasn't Osprey Strong announced like 2 weeks ago, and we haven't gotten any follow up? Like, no promo from either of them. Like, something gonna happen on Rampage, sure, but
yeah. But if a tree falls in the forest,
yeah, is that match happening? Has it been canceled?
I have no desire for that match at this point.
Yeah, I'm sure day of it'll be a banger, but yeah, there's been no real. They've had like 0 interactions.
Yeah, basically, I think it should lead to somehow Wardlow and Will Ospreay is really what I want.
Yeah,
I want to see Wardlow lose right now. Like,
speaking of which, I heard he pulled out of the Prestige show.
Oh,
Wardlow did?
Yeah.
I didn't even know he was in a show.
Yeah, he was going to be at the arena show in what, June, July.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a TV show called The Prestige, but now you're talking about The Prestige show. I know what you're talking about. Well, that sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they'll get someone. That's what they do. They'll get a backup. That's yeah. It'll be good.
Samoa Joe. Yeah, they'll bring him out. Kurt Angle.
I'll lose my mind, man. Absolutely.
Don't get your hopes up too much. I'm just joking. I'm just being silly.
Yeah.
Well, unless any more news, we could hop into a little round of trivia.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. I got one. Okay. So this is kind of this is like the last trivia I asked Dave, which was, who was the WWE champion when AEW was founded? Obviously, it was Daniel Bryan. Now, who was the WWE champion when Ring of Honor was founded?
2002?
I think so, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I can give you another hint.
Triple H.
Nope. Close, though. Triple H beat this guy.
So are we talking the WWE title? They also had the World Heavyweight.
So no, this was before the World Heavyweight Championship. This is the undisputed WWE WCW title. So it's the
Jericho.
Both. Yeah, it was Jericho. That probably gave it away. But yeah, it was Jericho.
It did. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. Have you heard the story of Jericho finding out he was gonna win?
No.
I think I have.
Have
Refresh
you
my
not?
memory.
So Jericho's standing in catering, right? And it's the night of the pay-per-view. He doesn't know he's winning up until this point. And Vince goes up to Taker and he's talking. He's like, I can't remember what he said. But he's like, you know how you know this company's in the shitter? We're putting the belt on Jericho. And Jericho's just like, wait, I'm winning?
Oh.
And then there's another funny story about that night where Jericho wins the titles and he puts them in his hotel room and he gets locked out of his room. And the hotel manager is like being a dick to him because he's like, just let me in my room. I need to get him. He's like, how do I know it's your room? And he's like, there's 2 big belts on the counter. Okay. I don't think anyone else would know that, but there's 2 big belts. And the guy goes in. He's like, oh, you're the WWF champion. My bad. So I
Were
love
they in
that story
Edmonton?
so much. I don't know. I can't probably. That would make sense.
F that place.
I remember that era. I felt great about seeing the WCW belt on Jericho. Like after he never got pushed in WCW and had to leave to get, become a bigger star. And it kind of like came full circle. I remember that and I was like proud of him and like, okay, like you were in WCW, you left, and now you have the WCW, basically the WCW World Championship. So yeah,
He beat The Rock and Stone Cold in the same night. And that's pretty impressive.
yeah, yeah. Jericho's may not be in his full glory right now, but man, he's had a career.
Oh, look. Okay, when I said I was gonna make a video about him being the GOAT as
Yeah.
my punishment, I'm still like he's still one of the best ever. He still had an incredible career. It's just now I don't like him. Now I think he's kind of overstayed his welcome. And yeah, he's changed his gimmick, but like I'm still not sold. Right? He could work me, but right now, as we're standing here, I'm not sold on him yet.
You think they're gonna add more people to the faction?
I think that would help. Like one more person, maybe, but
Wheeler
I
Yuta.
don't know who.
Jake Hager. It's Jake
Oh,
Hager, isn't it?
I don't like either of those ideas. Dalton Castle, put him on TV.
Ooh.
done.
You know, yeah. I said that as a joke. Dalton Castle in the group, I'd probably start liking it.
Nice.
Yeah, who doesn't like Dalton Castle? No more boys, so
Idiot.
he's got to climb the tree.
Bring the boys back. Okay, if Jericho can bring the boys back, he's the greatest of all time. I'll make that video.
Fair enough. But yeah, we want to get into this Dynamite episode.
Let's do the thing.
Yeah.
I feel really bad. I can't remember her name yet. The new interviewer, lovely lady. I can't for the like. It's kind of a stranger name. So you looking it up right now. But she is
Arcady Aura.
Yeah. She's doing good.
Hired
I like it.
February 26, 2024. Yeah, I think she's good.
I kind of like Lexi
No Renee
Nair.
Paquette, but
No, I like Lexi a lot. Like she's really honed in her craft. But yeah, she catches Copeland. He's just getting off the phone. She wants to know, what he thinks about facing another member of the House of Black. And basically, he's talking about his mind has been wandering to a place where he doesn't want it to be, and it has to stop. He talked to Tony Khan. Tonight will be a no DQ match against Brody King. Wow, what a ballsy move there, buddy.
Right?
uh Yeah, Brody King is a freaking
God bless you.
Thank you.
Brody King, man, his singles work is bar none.
Yeah.
Freaking love it. We got a big taste of that during the Continental Classic, really his first big singles run. But yeah, no DQ, man, oh man. When they announced that, I'm like, oh shit, I'm really looking forward to that now. I'm glad that was the main event too. Yeah, after that we get definitely not the last Orange Cassidy versus Trent match. They're probably going to run it back at Double or Nothing. But yeah, Trent immediately bails out of the ring. OC topes on him out of the ring. They battle on the outside in the crowd. Orange Cassidy hits Trent with a running knee and an orange punch. And Orange Cassidy was too stunned to cover, so he couldn't. Out walks Don Callis. He walks out, the crowd boos. He gets on commentary. Orange Cassidy gives Trent a spinning DDT. And then Don said something that I really agreed with. He said, "It's nice to have a friend. It's nice to have a best friend. But you know what? It's better to have a family." Wow. Yeah, I think he's right there. Trent counters an orange punch with a half and half suplex, then two pile drivers, then a running knee to Orange Cassidy. Trent exposes a turnbuckle. When the ref is distracted, Orange Cassidy exposes the opposite turnbuckle on the other side of the ring and slams Trent into it, and rolls up Trent for the win. Real kind of uncharacteristic move for Orange Cassidy, teetering on bad guy move. I like it, dude. I want a full heel reinvention of Orange Cassidy at this point. I want maybe the different look, all kinds of stuff changed.
He's gonna go from thumbs up, and then at Double or Nothing, he's gonna go thumbs in the middle, and then he's gonna join the Don Callis family. It's a thumbs down, and that's all he changes. Or maybe he'll go for a low blow or two, but that's all he changes.
It's interesting because like Trent changed, but that now is like, yes, Orange going heel too, and like he's just like gonna out heel Trent, or is that the thing, or is it just gonna be like some weird ruse for Trent to go into the family? Maybe, I don't know what's happening, but I'm interested. It's cool.
Yeah,
Very intriguing.
I think I've been saying over the last couple weeks that I wasn't interested in this, and then adding Don Callis in at these little moments has actually made it pretty interesting, and I liked their brawls. And then the match happened, and I was like, oh wait, I think I'm still a little bored about this feud, because I was like, why isn't this a street fight? Why didn't Trent win? Because like Trent should win at some point in this feud, but maybe that'll happen at Double or Nothing. They'll have a street fight. Don Callis will pick whichever one he wants to pick, either Orange Cassidy or Trent Beretta, and then that'll lead to them winning, which I'm fine with, but we got to get there, right? So what's the stipulation we're going to have at Double or Nothing? Any bets? Any bets? Parking lot brawl?
I think they've done that too recently.
The winner gets to keep Sue as their own mother.
Sue on a pole match.
One issue I had with this was Trent did so much to Orange Cassidy. Like, he hit him with the pile driver on the stairs, and then he was about to do something else, and then Don Callis and Chris Statlander came out. And like, I was like, Don Callis, you're invested in Orange Cassidy. Why would you wait so long to like save him? And Chris, you're their friend. Why are you waiting so long to save him? Like, that's what bugged me about this. Like, and there's a lot of beatdowns after matches on this show, which I kind of got tired of a little bit. But this was one where I was like, why did people wait so long to do anything?
What I got out of it was when he grabbed that metal box, whatever that was, is what was like, oh shit. Like, they didn't explain it well.
It's a gun.
Did he borrow it from
He's just
Arn?
gonna shoot him. Yeah. You need to get your Glock, Trent.
Armed Anderson.
Oh, I missed that.
But
What's
yeah,
he
man.
up to? Is he still with AEW?
I think so. But yeah, Trent attacked Orange Cassidy after the bell. Yeah, Statlander ran out. She's pissed. Yeah, good stuff. I think we're leading up to probably that street fight or hardcore match or no DQ match. Trent should get the win when that comes. But yeah, I like Trent a lot, man. He's been there the whole time. I liked it when he came back after that neck fusion surgery, had the new look. That was a cool moment. But yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
After that, we get the Elite. It was a little corny to me trying to find a parking spot. It was like Grandpa trying to like find a parking spot. But guess where they park? He's not there. Where is he? Where is he?
In Jacksonville.
How'd you know? Are you stalking him?
Oh, they only said it 500 times. By the way, guys, I still like AEW, but I found my new least favorite thing is every time they mention Tony Khan, they go, Tony Khan in Jacksonville. Tony Khan in Jacksonville. Did you guys know that? Tony Khan is in Jacksonville. So I got to a point, I think it was halfway through the show where I just wrote down, wait, is Tony Khan in Jacksonville? I thought he was running the show.
Yeah.
It'd be weird to go to a show and not have him come out before and after. Hey guys, this is the greatest town ever. I know I say this in every town, but this really is it. Well, except for Edmonton.
I love Edmonton. We're coming back to Edmonton. I love Edmonton. Please chant Oilers during all the women's segments so I don't have women's segments. Thank you.
Wait,
Oh,
you use segments plural.
I don't want that. That's what
you
Tony
use
Khan
segments plural for women.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. Segment.
Cool. After that, we get a little recap of Kenny Omega getting beat down by the Elite. Then we get a pretty good Jack Perry promo. Again, Chandler, compared to his dry, robotic, emotionless promos from back in the day. Dude, he's got grit. He's got emotion, power, gravitas. He's definitely been taking pointers. He says, Kenny, you are not the hero we needed you to be. The Elite. Let's see. The Elite. I need to. Oh yeah, the Elite said they were going to change the world. Yeah, just kind of calls out Kenny. Yeah, I liked it. He seemed real, relatable, different. So yeah. I know you Chad, you know the old Jungle Boy.
This is a good evolution. Kind of cut out the weird Beethoven stuff in the middle, and I think they finally came across a winner for him.
Yeah. What do you think of it, Chandler?
It was fine. Not bad or anything. It was just kind of like, oh, Kenny Omega, I don't like you. Grr, I like the Elite. Grr. So,
yeah,
like,
you guys point across.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Like, it was not bad. It just, should he be the one cutting promos for the Elite right now? Probably not, but they gotta get him over. They gotta get him screen time. So I get it. I'm not mad with it. I don't think they should stop doing it. It's just, I don't really care.
We love Okada, but I think I'd rather hear a Jack Perry promo than an Okada promo.
Yeah, I mean, I liked his one line in the Elite segment later. I think that's what, like, Okada should be the Roman Reigns of the Shield, where you have Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins cutting the promo and getting the meat and potatoes across. And then you have Okada deliver the "I'm gonna kill you" line or "I'm
Yeah.
gonna beat you up" line. Like I really liked how he just went. The best bout machine says "Get well soon." I like that. That's all he said.
Yeah, short and sweet, got to the point. Yeah, yeah. God, I love Okada. Shit. Um, yeah. After that, we finally get our big announcement from Kenny Omega. He's laying in a ER room, hospital, machines behind him. Did he have an IV in? I can't remember. But yeah, he's all laid out. Uh, he uh, he said he was reminded that this is business. Proposes anarchy in the arena. Team Elite versus Team AEW. Man, I'm into this. Whew. Uh, Kenny says it'll be him and FTR and two others that we will find out at a later point
Yeah.
versus the Elite. Uh,
I don't think Kenny's gonna be there.
No, I think he's going to be
I think he's
healing up, and then I feel like maybe Wembley, him and Okada, maybe if he's healthy in time.
oh
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah,
Kenny said while I'm healing up and resting up. So it's only a 4-on-4. So it'll still be
oh yeah,
good,
yeah, yeah.
but
Yeah.
Have you seen an Anarchy in the arena yet, Chandler?
what was the one at Wembley? Where did they
Stadium
call that
Stampede.
Anarchy in the arena? I've seen a Stadium Stampede then. I've not seen an Anarchy. Is it basically like a big
No,
no DQ match?
let me think here. No, they haven't done a Stadium Stampede since the pandemic,
Yeah,
right,
no,
Ted?
that's just been the Jacksonville, right? Or am I
Yeah, it
getting them
was an
confused?
Anarchy. It was Moxley or BCC versus Jericho Appreciation.
Time's all
That
weird.
all in? Let me look. I'm already looking it up.
Right.
Was it?
Uh,
Was that the match where
It was a
Eddie
Stadium
Kingston came
Stampede at
out with
All In.
the gas can? Because that was goaded.
mhm. And Daddy Magic was like gushing blood. Or no,
Mhm.
Angelo Parker was gushing blood, I think.
Yeah. The one at All In was Kingston, Penta, Chuck, Trent, and Orange Cassidy versus Claudio, Moxley, Yuta, and then Santana and Ortiz, funny enough.
Oh,
Wow.
And
Okay. Okay.
that was a Stadium Stampede match.
Oh wow. Okay. Gotcha. Um, yeah, I'm into this. I think they're tapping into something that really will get people interested. Uh, I was kind of listening to Conrad and Eric Bischoff, and Conrad had a kind of a good point about like the first time this was really tried was Eric Bischoff with Kevin Nash power bombing him in '96, and then '98 or WrestleMania, shoot, whatever, where Stone Cold stuns Vince McMahon. That was,
yeah.
and that kind of turned the tide for the WWF. And like, if it's done right, it can really reverberate. Like, they tried similar things in TNA with Bully Ray power bombing Dixie Carter through a table, but that didn't really uh, affect anything or make any turn any heads really. Scott Demore got the shit beat out of him a few times in Impact, but yeah, man. And kind of another point that I kind of have heard been going around is I think Shad Khan should be the final boss. Like not wrestling, but like an authority or some sort of like some a hurdle in some sort of way. Like I think that could really work because he looks like a scary freaking dude.
Yeah. Or they beat him up. I like that one.
Like him just showing up in the ring when Tony got the TK driver, that was like comparable to like Ted Turner showing up in the middle of the ring, like that's big. That's big, big, big stuff there. So Yeah, I want them to do more stuff with Shad
Mhm.
Khan. Get him maybe not a full time all the time, or but yeah, get him involved. I think that would really work. That would be add some realism to it. Yeah, then we get to this Serena Deeb promo. I liked the content of it. I liked what she was saying. She delivered it well, but the crowd was, God, they were awful to her. Not only did they start out completely silent, then we got the Oilers chants, and she's talking about some really serious stuff. Uh, she says losing's not an option. She was out for 15 months. She had 3 seizures. Doctors didn't know why. She had brain scans. Uh, but then she had a vision of becoming AEW World Champion, Women's World Champion. Then Tony Storm interrupts, and she got cheered. People love her. Um, Tony Storm says she's hearing a charity case and throws money at Deep. Then Tony says she doesn't give a single solitary shit about Deeb's struggles. Then Deeb proceeds to knock out Tony Storm. I didn't see that coming. So,
Mhm.
yeah. Uh, I don't know. I like Serena Deeb a lot. I mean, maybe people don't understand how good of a match this is going to be.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
I get it.
Like maybe for me, one small quibble, which was maybe she should have held on to the deeply personal stuff for when she's running face, because the previous week when she came out, she had the belt and she was definitely felt more heel. Like now she's kind of, I don't know, sending mixed messages to me. Maybe she could have held on to the stuff for a different program because I don't know. I just feel character wise, it just kind of didn't make sense.
I think they kind of struggle with doing feuds with Tony Storm right now because she's really over no matter what she does. So she's gonna have to do something really heinous for people to boo her. And I don't think they're just gonna book her to do that. I don't think she's gonna do anything like that. So people are gonna cheer for Tony Storm no matter what. So it's like, okay, you either gotta go heel or you gotta like just go face v face, I guess. But it's kind of been hard to book these feuds with Tony. I'll admit
Yeah.
that. As much as I like Tony, and as much as I've always been intrigued by her matches and what's going to be the outcome, I think it has been difficult. And I think they're running into that with Deeb right now because it should be a simple story to tell of, oh, Deeb's had to overcome a lot of difficulties and trauma to get to where she's at, and she's deserved a title shot due to her own hard work. But like
Yeah, I think
something's
for
not
me, maybe
clicking.
just a little shift. And instead, like when she came out with the title, I was like, "Oh, this is good." And then maybe she should just came in and just been like, "I'm gonna twist you up in a pretzel. I'm gonna mess you up." Like just been aggressive and just
Yeah.
like held on to that other stuff for maybe when she, in a program when she's running face, because like it to me it's just too many mixed
Mhm.
messages.
And then one thing, I don't know if you could do anything about the crowd, but I like the idea of the when they do the promos where it's the wrestlers with their back to
Yeah.
the crowd, but I think that doesn't work for the live audience, which is really important. And so I feel like if you just turned them around and had their back to the like Titantron or Jumbotron, the crowd would feel like the wrestlers delivering the promo to them because I feel like they're just delivering the promo to the camera. So that might have been the reason why she didn't catch the crowd.
Yeah.
Could have also just been an asshole crowd here. So that
Yeah.
like you can't beat
Once
that.
again, I'm gonna
But I'm just
F Edmonton.
yes.
Sorry.
Uh but that's no, you're good. I think that's fair. That's the only thing I could think of that might combat that. But again, when Willow cut a promo like that right before Dynasty, it wasn't an issue.
Yeah.
So
Although to
I
your
don't know.
point, just because I'm probably going to forget about it later, um, sorry to maybe jump ahead a little. I'm not going to get into the content, but when they were doing the Swerve Christian stuff at the end, they shot that beautifully. Where when the camera was looking down the aisle at Christian and you could see Swerve in the Titantron like reacting to what he was saying. I was like, oh, that's really good framing. It looked amazing. Like stuff like that was great.
Yeah. Oh yeah, again, it looks great for the TV audience. It's
Yeah.
just not great for the live audience. And you want the live audience to react well for the promo. So I'm saying you might want to do it the other way for that live audience.
Yeah, true that.
They did that same shot during the Harley Cameron Mariah May match where they had Harley and then like you could see the screen behind her with Mariah May on it. Like that was really good. Yeah. That's new. Cool. Yeah. So after that, we get Rocky Romero checking in with Orange Cassidy. He says if he beats Jay White tonight, he'll get a chance to team up with two others and get a AEW undisputed trios title match. I knew that wasn't happening. But Orange Cassidy was like, no.
What?
Rocky was like, yeah, we can get everyone back together, Trent and you, and we can work it all out. No, not happening. So yeah, I like that answer. Uh, yeah. So yeah, we'll get some blow off on this eventually, but yeah, I like where that's going. After that, we finally get that Mariah May Harley Cameron match. I was a little leery of Harley Cameron's wrestling skill, but she pulled it off. Mariah May is so good that she made Harley Cameron look good.
Yeah.
So yeah, she looked like she belonged. I wasn't like, oh my god, she sucks.
Right.
So yeah, I kind of got I was telling Chad earlier, I got Reba vibes when she was with Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. Like she was a wrestler like years for years, but she was more like a goofy sidekick mascot. But she would have some matches with Britt Baker and whatnot a couple times. So I was a little leery, a little worried, but she pulled it off. Um, yeah, Harley Cameron cheap shotted Mariah, gives Mariah May a running leg and covers for two. Mariah May gains control and spin drops Cameron on the mat. Uh, and here's where I was a little frustrated. We have up in the top right corner a down to the second countdown to Swerve and Christian's match. That tells me that like what this women's match is predetermined. You know exactly
Yeah.
how long it's going to be. Like that didn't sit well with me. There needed to be an element. They shouldn't have done that at all. So that just told me they had no regard for this women's match. And it was like, oh, you're going to end at this time and we're going to do this thing after it. So yeah, it
Yes.
added some, I don't know.
Yeah. Did
Yeah,
not
it just
suspend
didn't.
your disbelief.
Nope.
Wait, AEW didn't care about a women's match? What? Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Maybe they should have done it like right as the match ended and they were kind of in between
Mm.
that beatdown spot. Like it would have distracted from the beatdown, but at least it would have been like, hey, 5 minutes away from swerving Christians face to face. Like that would have been a bit better.
Yeah.
My perception of time kind of told me that that clock wasn't even right. It was way longer than what that clock was saying that when it actually happened. So yeah, I just didn't dig that. But yeah, back to the match. They both collide and fall to the mat. They exchange hard strikes. Mariah May catch Cameron's kick and headbutts her. Mariah May then hits Cameron with a missile drop kick. May goes for a hip attack, but Saraya pulls Cameron out of the ring, and May decks hits Saraya. Mariah May hits the Mayday for the win. Saraya attacks Mariah May, and then my girl Mina Shirakawa runs out. She is fun.
Yeah.
Uh, runs out to save May. They almost kiss, but then they just drink champagne and dance and hug and have a good time. So, yeah, I'm into that. I like the history between the two, being a tag team for years and stardom. Yeah, I'm into it. I like Mina Shirakawa. I want to see her more.
Yeah, she has a good energy. She's fun.
Yeah. I thought this was a good match. Quite like Mariah May, she had a great headbutt, and you don't see the Mayday that often, so I was like, damn, that's a great finisher.
It is
But I'm
cool.
just kind of realizing, looking at my notes, I think every match, but the Jericho match, ended with a beatdown followed by a run-in.
Huh.
Ooh.
I think all
Ooh.
but the squash match ended that way. So I think that's why this Dynamite really didn't click with me, because it was someone got the win, then someone beat them up, then someone came down. I think if you had to do it at any point, I think you keep it for this match, honestly, because it tells the long-term story of, well, Toni Storm didn't come out to save Mariah May. Her old Stardom friend came back. And that's obviously Mariah May not realizing that Toni Storm just got knocked out 10 minutes ago. But I think that could tell a longer-term story very efficiently. Yeah, but
Yeah,
other than that,
AEW
fine
always
match.
has this funny hubris about like, oh, we're just like gonna overdo this. Like, remember back when the it was like the backstage interruption was just like every segment. I was like, oh, we're going backstage. Who's gonna interrupt?
Mm-hmm. Yep, yep. You start talking for a little bit, someone walks up, and yeah. But yeah, it was a good match. I'm really proud of Harley Cameron.
Yeah, she did
I didn't
good.
know she had it in her. So I in fact I'd like to see her wrestle more now, honestly. So yeah, fun stuff. Really enjoyed it. Good energy, good match. It didn't really tap into the Tony Storm element, so kind of left me wanting a little bit, but yeah, we'll get there. We'll have that Tony Storm Mariah May match at
I think
some
that
point.
feud's gonna be
Mariah May,
lit.
yeah, Mariah will be the super baby
Mm-hmm.
face.
All in,
Uh,
baby.
yeah, Tony Storm will do something so terrible to Mariah May that the fans will just be like, ugh. So I think it'll work. I think they can do it. Um, cool, cool. After that, we get almost a pack promo. uh, Before he can really get anything out, the Bang Bang Gang walk up and give him shit for losing against Okada. And let's see, Jay White tells him to watch him beat Romero and learn a thing or two or three or four.
Yeah. I liked how when he first came out and he was like, "Why are you talking about the death triangle? They're DEAD, which what does that stand for?" And both the guns went death. And Jay White, like, it's just I love the bit. I love the bit where the guns are just so dumb and Jay White's just like, whatever, yeah, we'll just move on.
Are you guys really missing Juice?
No, not really.
No.
Oh man,
I
I kind of
like
am.
even when Juice was around, mm, maybe he'll come back and he'll be good. Maybe he'll get like a singles title or something. But right now, I'm just really liking the trio. I really like the Guns. I really like Jay White, and Juice is kind of unneeded to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, good point for sure. Um, I do like how they have the pink trios belt. They've got the Ring of Honor trios belt, and then they got the original black strap. They're called the black strap is the
Mhm.
undisputed
Yeah.
one. So dude, I love Jay White carrying all his
I like he's
belts.
got the hanger for it. That's amazing.
And do you realize that Sting's bat, right?
Oh, that's funny. I didn't catch
Yeah,
that
it
actually.
stings bad that he gave to Darby. Yeah, 'cause after he broke Darby's foot, he stole the bat, and he's been like, I love that. The whole like carrying the extra belts. It reminds me of when Roman Reigns he had the WWE Universal Champion, and they came out with the yellow belt that is now the WWE Championship, and he just carried all three for a bit, and people hated it. And I was like, no, why? It's really funny to have Roman have the one belt and Paul come out with the two other belts. Like, that's just really funny. So, like, I love that they're doing that with the Bang Bang Gang.
Yeah. I'm loving it. I love the Bang Bang Gang. They're great. I'm glad they broke up with the Acclaimed. Good job on that. I liked when they were together at first, but now looking in hindsight,
Yeah,
it
after
was
the
the right
first two
call.
segments, I was kind of done with it.
They didn't do anything. They were supposed to go after the Devil Dumpling Gang, and then everyone realized, wait, the Devil Dumpling Gang sucks. So why? Why would we do that? Let's
Yeah.
just have them fight.
Yeah, they had to pivot. Cool. Yeah, after that we get a really well made Malachi Black video package promo. Good God, they did a good job on that. He talks about Copeland changed the wrestling landscape. He's a husband and father, but it's all a facade. The House of Black is going to bring out Copeland's true form, a cold-hearted, vile, evil son of a bitch. Yes. So do you guys see the irony of this whole situation when you look back on why Edge didn't want to be in Judgment Day? Spooky wooky stuff.
I've heard so many different things on that. I thought one thing I heard was Cody's injured, Randy's injured. We need a big face. So Edge, you're not gonna be spooky guy. You're gonna be a face now. So I heard Edge say that. Adam Copeland now. I heard him say that on a podcast not too long ago. So I think there's like three. Like I've heard it's because he wanted to do spooky stuff. I heard it's because he didn't want to do spooky stuff. And now I've heard it's they needed a face because Cody and Randy are injured. All of those make sense in a way, but I just don't know. I don't know anymore.
Yeah. It's hard to know. But yeah, I love that video package.
Mhm.
I like that it wasn't all like riddles and stuff. I'm not into that.
Yeah.
In fact, when this started, I kind of zoned out a little bit, but then it looked so good, and what he was saying was so good that I'm like, okay, this is great. Damn.
Yeah, it
Uh,
was more focused than a
Yeah.
lot of his stuff can be. You get a little like you're like, oh, this is almost too poetic. Like
mhm.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you just like, can we just like be angry at each other and fight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
I hated it when they were fighting FTR and they were like, FTR, do you have friends? Nobody likes you in AEW, so you have no friends. And it's like, shut up and
Yeah.
fight. I don't care if they have friends. I want to see you beat each other up.
Yeah. Still a lot better than when he got called up from NXT. Then he was just sitting in a dark room, like, someone pick a fight with me. Like, well, just leave the room and go have a match then.
Yeah, it's better than that. Better than that. I'll give you that.
uh, cool. Then we get a very pro elite video package talking about changing the world.
I love that package.
Yeah, it was good. Their video packages
I
were
loved the corny announcer voice. It was like so over the top.
good
Do you
stuff,
guys watch The
man.
Boys on Amazon?
Of course.
Hmm.
It felt like a Vought promo.
Yeah.
Like for the superheroes, it felt like it was made by Vought for the Elite. I loved it so much. Like I just heard that voice. I was like, oh, this is
Yeah.
made by Vought. Like this is awesome. So yeah, I perfect. I
Yeah.
love how Tony Khan's out, so the Elite are just like, we'll do whatever we want. We don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've been watching the boys every episode. I'm still waiting for Dalton Castle to show up.
Oh yeah, he'll be there. Don't you worry.
He'll be there. Let's see. Then the Bucks are in. They call it Mongo position in AEW. and they get handed the next segment and info on a piece of paper. They tell Swerve to go get him. Good luck. Then we get Swerve coming out. This is the face-to-face segment that we've been counting down to. I thought it was weird. No Nana. Right off the bat, that struck me weird. Um, Swerve is pissed off and in a fighting mood. He says he can't blame Christian for doing what he did because Swerve is on the top, and that's what you do. Everyone's after you when you're on the top. Swerve calls Christian uh, and his group to come face him. Christian and all them come out. We got the whole patriarchy. Christian says every week he's going to take something from Swerve until he gets what he wants. And he started with taking that dreadlock. uh, he says Swerve is not in his league. And when Swerve's house gets foreclosed on and loses his gold belt, he can look at his gold teeth in the mirror. I like
Let's not
that.
take that too.
Yep. Swerve
Mhm.
says he told him he wouldn't be coming alone, and the Mogul embassy arrive in the ring. Swerve dares Christian to get in the ring. Swerve makes a joke about Christian saying, "I quit." And we all thought he shut up Christian. Like Christian just stopped. But Brian Cage cheap shotted Swerve, and the Mogul Embassy follow suit. Cage throws Swerve over the top rope on the floor. The Gates of Agony put Swerve through the announce table. Oh, it looked good. It looked good. Like they pulled it off really nice. I like it when the desk actually breaks.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. This was just the Mogul Embassy coming in was spoiled by the show themselves, because you could see like this one shot of Christian at the closest he got to the ring. You see the bigger of the Gates of Agony sitting on the outside for like a 2 seconds. So I was like, oh, Mogul Embassy's gonna come out, but I wasn't like I was surprised that they turned on him. But it was still nice because Christian's still taking away something from Swerve. He didn't take away his gold teeth. He took away the Mogul Embassy.
Yeah.
And that's probably why Nana wasn't out, was because it would have been hard for Nana to pick sides because he's managing all of them. I would make sense storyline wise and character wise and like just audience wise. I think most people would like Nana to stick with Swerve, but you can delay that for a week and have that be the story next week. So
Cool.
I thought it was a good segment. It makes Swerve look really good, and just like you said earlier, he's now like baby face. He's not just a face; he's baby face up against Christian. So, do we think he's gonna have more people come out and help him? I would think like maybe make up with like AR Fox. That would be pretty good.
wow. Yeah. Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Maybe
Or
Darby.
or maybe Hangman Page, who got fired from the Elite.
He was suspended,
Yeah.
not fired.
That was Kenny that got fired.
But maybe that I was thinking Joe. Yeah, I was thinking Joe. Like maybe Joe's earned his respect, so like Joe will help Swerve now. That'd be a good beat for Joe.
Yeah, I want it to be someone you never think.
Or maybe
That's good. Either Joe or Hangman. Or
Yeah.
Keith Lee.
Who?
Shut up. It's never happening. Miro? Is he gonna play ball?
We'll see, man. Cool, yeah. Let's see. Then we're in the back, and the Bucks congratulate Christian, and Christian says, "That was a great plan. Look forward to doing business in the future." Um, cool. Yeah. After that, we get a really good Willow promo. Really enjoyed it. She says she's banged up, but she's gonna smile anyway. She's ready for Mercedes Monet. She asks Mercedes if she's ready. Willow says Mercedes better be ready for the fight of her life. Yeah, good promo, concise. Yeah, I'm really a big fan of Willow. I think
She's really
she's
stepping up.
got it. Yeah. I mean, at this point, she's pretty decorated too, man. Owen Hart Cup, New Japan Strong Women's Champion, TBS Champion. That's some accolades, man. That's nothing to laugh at. So yeah, she's great.
I think I'd be more up for this. I think I'd be more up for this if I didn't just think Monet was going to win, which is why I keep pitching ways for Willow to win. Like, I don't know, Statlander turns and, costs Monet the match, and Willow's mad about it. So now Willow and Statlander have to fight about it. Or
That'd be
maybe
great.
Britt Baker runs in and costs Monet the match. Like, I keep coming up with ways because I just don't think they're
No.
going to have Willow
And-
beat Monet clean.
Yeah,
So,
no, and I have the feeling that I don't necessarily believe this about her at the moment, but I think maybe their perception is maybe Monet's above that belt too. So that is basically their mid card title, and Monet's kind of viewed as a giant star.
Yeah,
maybe they want Monet to build up that title a bit more, like
Could be.
putting the TNT title on Copeland, right?
Yeah, true that.
yeah. We'll see. Gotta let it play out. Cool. After that, we get our Jay White versus Rocky Romero match. Uh, God, they have so many belts. I love it. Romero looks great. Fast, hard hitting. He's in control until Jay White clotheslines Romero out of nowhere. Rocky Romero uses a steel steps to hit a Tierras on Jay White. Rocky gets 3 near falls, but no cigar. Jay White gives Romero a high angle brainbuster, then the Blade Runner for the win. They jump Rocky Romero, but out comes Pac. They all scatter. That tells me we're definitely getting Death Triangle versus Bang Bang Gang, probably at Double or Nothing. We got the whole
that could be
gang.
a really good match.
Yeah.
I love the Bang Bang Gang. I haven't seen Death Triangle really work, but Pac is excellent. Penta's excellent. Phoenix is excellent. Like, I'm sure they do just fine as a trio.
Oh, they're excellent.
Yeah, their cohesion, unbelievable. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. After that, we get another really great video package for Samoa Joe. He talks about what drives a warrior, uh, the fear of being left wanting, the fear of not being good enough, and the fear of meeting an opponent you cannot surmount. He is what the warrior fears in the first place. And he's training, he's looking mean and tough and yeah, well put together. Was that the last AEW World Championship reign he'll ever have? I want one more.
I hope not. I don't know who he beats, but I hope not. I loved him as champ so much, and he was a perfect, I don't want to say transitional champion, but he kind of was in between MJF and Swerve. But I think this year should be the year of short AEW title reigns.
Right.
But I also said that thinking Osprey was going to win it. But I think they might have Osprey win the international one. So I don't really know what they're doing right now. And I kind of like that. I like it when it's not so predictable, but what are they going to do,
Yeah, no, I would love to see him have the title again. AEW has this funny thing where you get really invested in the chase, but then once the actual person has the belt, it's kind of I don't know. I feel like a lot of the reigns are kind of just meh. But he always felt like he felt like he was a legit champion. Like, when Hangman had it, it was like, oh, that was like all the way up to him getting the belt. It was like, oh, this is amazing. Then who cares? MJF for me, even to a degree, like I loved him chasing the belt. Then once he got it, he was like, I'm gonna go worry about like Ring of Honor tag champs and stuff. Like, didn't do it for me.
I think MJF. I didn't watch the whole reign of his, but I watched the last bit of it. I think it definitely had good moments. Like I would say the Iron Man match with Danielson was
That was
great.
fantastic.
And then a lot of people said the Fatal 4-Way of the Four Pillars was really good. But I liked the Adam Cole match at All In. But then when the Devil Dumpling Gang started coming in, then it really started to falter. So I don't know. I think what helped Joe was that it was a pretty short reign.
Yeah.
So I think hopefully that shows Tony Khan that you can have shorter reigns for your champ and people won't really mind. Like I
Yeah,
think
no,
The
now that the
Rock only
belt
held the
been
WWE
established.
title for like,
Oh, sorry.
yeah. Yeah, you don't need no, you're good. I was just gonna say you don't need Kenny Omega to hold it for 300 plus days and then MJF to beat that reign. You don't need that right now. You
Yeah.
just need some really talented people to hold that belt. And as long as it's not like switching every week on Dynamite, I think it's fine.
Yeah, that was a good thing about the Attitude Era. Like they had some really good title holders, but like the belt friggin' hot potatoed a lot.
I did.
Hmm.
Cool. After that, we get a learning tree, Chris Jericho and Big Bill versus two jobbers. Loving Jericho, man. This new embracing the hate from the fans and just rolling with it, man. Loving it. We got Big Bill takes out both men, gives the larger jobber a big boss man slam, then gives the littler jobber a choke slam, and then he choke slams the larger jobber, tags in Jericho. Jericho gives him the Judas effect for the win. Uh, let's see, they talk about Taz being back next week. Um, Jericho, he calls Edmonton Calgary. He calls the belt the For the World title. He thanks Shibata. He says they got the highest rating on Cage Match.
That match
Uh,
had everything.
he thanks Hook, thanks Big Bill. Uh, um, Tony Schiavone tells Jericho that Hook will be back next week. Jericho's like, "Oh, okay, we'll celebrate next week with Hook." It's just so insincere, and yeah, I like his sarcasm, passive aggressiveness, his little fucking wave. Yeah, I'm into it, man. I like his look. I like the trunks. I'm glad he brought those back. I like that look when I saw him in WWE or pictures of him or whatnot.
Yeah.
I think that's a cool change, like total different. I think he should cut his hair,
Ooh.
but
Short hair Chris Jericho was
I'd
pretty
agree
good.
with that. Yeah.
yeah, he looked like a completely different dude.
Hmm. It helped him as a heel more. Yeah. We'll see how this goes. I know you two are big fans of it. I'm not completely sold. I liked how hammy he was. I'll give you that. Like how he was like, Big Bill's in the Jericho Vortex and it's working so great for him. That's the only thing I kind of liked about that promo. I thought that was funny. And I think what'll be like, I'm into it or I'm not into it is when Hook comes back. How do they handle that? Because
Yeah.
I think Hook's the most interesting part about this whole thing. And I think if you push Hook up, that would be entertaining, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. Hook and Big Bill had some pretty cool interactions before. So like maybe that could be a thing too. He hit him with that T-bone suplex once, right? That was kind of Pretty badass.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I wrote down here Hook
I don't
versus
remember
Big
that, but that
Bill.
sounds cool.
Yeah, I want that. Cool. Let's see. After
Yes.
that, we finally get our TNT title match main event. No DQ. Adam Copeland defending against Brody King. Wow. Yeah, King overpowers Copeland from the start. Uh, Brody King gives Copeland a neck breaker off the middle rope. Brody King goes for a crossbody on the outside while Copeland's sitting in a chair, but Copeland moves out of the way. Then King slams into the barricade on the floor. Then Copeland hits King with a chair. Adam Copeland gives Brody King a DDT. Let's see, on the apron, on a chair, King is busted open, bleeding all over. Adam Copeland breaks off a metal piece of a chair. Brody lariats Copeland out of desperation. They both lariat each other twice. Then they both give each other a big boot. They both go down. King gives Copeland a running cannonball, covers for two. Brody King counters a spear into a spike pile driver. Love that. Copeland gives King a Death Valley driver on the apron. Then Copeland spears King off the apron through a table. Copeland spears King in the middle of the ring for the win, retaining the TNT title. Brody King attacks Copeland after the bell, and then Kyle O'Reilly runs out to make the save. They throw Brody King over the top rope. Yeah, good shit. I like Kyle O'Reilly. I'm glad he's back for
Yeah.
one. Let's see. Yeah, really brutal, great hardcore, no DQ match. Got some blood. Got a lot of weapons. Did he never use that metal piece of the chair?
Yeah. It's he'd always do that for the crossface. He's done that a few times now.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for.
Yeah.
He never got to do it. Yeah, what do you guys think of the match?
Oh, I enjoyed it. You know me, I love the weird grisly stuff. So once the blood started flowing, I was like, yeah.
Me
But,
too.
yeah, no, it was a really good match. Like I listened to Cope on AEW Unrestricted, and it really shines out where he's having fun, and it shows. Like all these weird new matches and crazy, like, oh, let's do this, let's have fun. Like it's like it really comes through in his work. Like the dude's just clearly just he knows he has limited time, and he just wants to go out having a good time, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I thought it was fun. Kind of a foregone conclusion because obviously King's not going to take it from him, but it was a fine match. I kind of wish they did more for Brody King in general, not just within this match, but I don't know what that would be. But it was a fun match. I know they called it a Death Valley driver, but the way Copeland did it, it looked like an attitude adjustment. So I was like, yeah, he hit the attitude adjustment on the apron. And then it was the spear through the table at the end. That was really fun. And then the second spear in the ring. And like you both said, Kyle O'Reilly making the save was pretty neat. I do agree with you too. I quite like Kyle O'Reilly. And I think the biggest thing here is I'm glad that him losing to Roderick Strong didn't like wash him out and kill his comeback. I'm glad he's still
Yeah.
around. I think he's a great hand. So, yeah. If it sets up the match next week with Kyle O'Reilly and Copeland, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, really enjoyed the match. I'm a sucker for a hardcore weapons and blood and violence. I know, Chandler, you're not too accustomed to all that, but yeah, that's kind of my
It's got to be done well. Swerve and
that's my
Hangman
AEW thing.
at Full Gear last year is still one of my favorite matches. It just depends, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Um, After that, we get Mercedes Monet responding to Willow Nightingale. She says, She's ready for Willow at Double or Nothing, and she's gonna wipe that stupid smile off Willow's face because money changes everything. She brags about being courtside at the Celtics game and throwing out the first pitch at the Red Sox game. So I don't want to just copy or regurgitate what I was hearing on other podcasts, but man, I think they kind of figured out like, okay, people aren't really into her as much, so I think they're turning her heel.
I thought this was her best promo so far since she's been in AEW. I thought it was still just okay. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't like, wow, this turned a new leaf. I thought it was fine because it had a point. It was like, oh, Willow took something from me. It wasn't a championship. It wasn't money. It was time.
Yeah.
Willow took time off her career. So I thought that was a really interesting point to bring up. And yeah, I hope they're turning her heel because I think even just in WWE, she was better as a heel. So I think you have like Osprey. Osprey still got that like, we can't believe he's here. We can't believe he's wrestling this match. We can't believe he's wrestling this person aura. So I think they should use that as long as they can as his face. And then you got Okada turning heel and Monet. You kind of need a big heel in the women's division right now because Toni Storm isn't a heel. She's not being treated as a heel. She's a face, or she at least wrestles more so like a face. So I think that's a good idea for what they should do. I don't know if I feel it yet, but it's a good idea.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, she's the CEO. In most American culture, CEOs are kind of dicks.
Yeah.
You don't hear me cheering for some person that's way overpaid in an office somewhere. Yeah, go Bobby Kodak. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Let's go, Bezos.
Musk.
Yeah, exactly. I like how she threw in "I'm that bitch." Like that's not something a face says, you know. So yeah, I think they're kind of getting the hint and they're kind of pivoting, which is good. Yeah, I just want to see the woman wrestle. Damn it! Never.
It's not happening till Double or Nothing. She literally said my first match at Double or Nothing. So
yeah, hey, that's pretty close though.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Big
After
Business
that,
was only 2 months ago.
Yeah.
After that, we get Copeland backstage with Kyle O'Reilly. Copeland thanks O'Reilly for running out to save him. And then O'Reilly asks Copeland if he can face him on Collision for the TNT title in his hometown, Vancouver. Copeland was like, "Oh, was that your point all along? Well played."
Yeah.
He's like, he accepts. So yeah,
now,
that should be
Vancouver. Now that's a good Canadian town. Edmonton, you take notes. Be more like Vancouver.
Exactly. I've never been to Canada, so I can't confirm or deny, but I'm gonna take his word for it.
Yeah. Yeah, that should be a banger of a match. Looking pretty forward to that. Cool. After that, we finally get the Elite responding to Kenny Omega's Anarchy in the Arena challenge. Okada says, the best spout machine says, "Get well soon." Matthew says Tony Khan got in their way and they had no choice but to give him. Yeah.
In Jacksonville.
Said he had to give Tony Khan a Tony Khan driver, and they had to give Kenny an EVP trigger. Nicholas accepts the Anarchy in the Arena challenge. At this point, FTR walk out and they say they found some people who have big enough balls to face the Elite. Oh no, Chandler, fall asleep. Yeah, FTR is not that exciting.
Sorry, FTR was mentioned and they had a mic. I fell asleep.
Hey, his Chris Farley t-shirt was pretty dope.
I'll give it's a nice attitude towards the Elite right now. I'll give them that. And I'm a bit too harsh on FTR for comical reasons. I don't think they're awful. They bore me.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, he found two people with big enough balls to accept the challenge. Who is it? First out comes Eddie
The
Kingston.
boys.
He's fired up. I love how he just paces back and forth. He
Yeah.
can't sit still. I love it. And then who's the last guy? Good Lord. None other than Bryan Danielson. The hell? Dude, this is like a dream team. Like unbelievable. I'm really, really happy about this. I like that Eddie and Danielson kind of are come full circle. They had their hatred and now they respect each other. Now they're teaming together.
Yeah.
Awesome. Storytelling, damn it. That's what I like. So yeah, I'm really into
Yeah, I
this.
like how Kingston earned the respect of Danielson. So this is
Yeah.
how they show it: is they're teaming up together, and it makes sense that FTR, they claim they love AEW so much. Eddie Kingston says AEW gave him his life and saved him, because he was going to quit wrestling if they didn't call him. And Danielson, I mean, he's, to look behind the curtain, he's kind of up in the management right now. Like he's on the discipline committee. Tony Khan said if anything actually happened to him, that Danielson would run the show. So it makes sense that these are the four men that are standing up to the Elite right now. And then, they'll probably lose, which I think this is a good team to lose. And then you got Omega when he comes back. You got Swerve. You got Osprey. You could throw any of these four men back into this. Like, I think this is a really good team of baby faces to take on the Elite.
Yeah, it'll be
I
good.
can't.
That'll be my popcorn match of the night. Like I'm gonna shut my brain off. There might be some cool storyline stuff, but they're just gonna entertain me, and that's kind of dope.
Really thought the direction they were going was Swerve was gonna join in because the Elite were
Yeah,
messing with him through Christian and whatnot. So I was like, man, are you gonna tell me I got Swerve, FTR, and somebody else? But it's okay. He's got his own thing going on. That match is probably gonna be insane. Like, I think that might be Christian Cage's best match ever in AEW.
yeah, he's had some really good ones too, though. Like him and Jack Perry was pretty off the hook.
Yeah. Um, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it. It might be a hot take, but I think Christian Cage could be AEW World Champion. He could do that.
I kind of
I
want
like
to see
him.
that. I kind of want to see that. He'd be such a smug bastard, and
I don't want him to beat Swerve.
No,
I don't want him to beat Swerve, but I agree. I think he could be I love Christian. I just don't want him to beat Swerve. Like, that's where I'm at.
yeah. True. But yeah, I think he could pull that off. But yeah, they have a big brawl between the four guys. The referee corps come out. The locker room empties. They're brawling, and that I like that kind of ending of an episode. A big brawl makes me feel like the NWO, WCW stuff, and that's what I thrive on. So, um, if I get that WCW feel, that's the hit I
yeah,
need. So, yeah, man, I really enjoyed this episode. This Elite shit is cooking.
yeah. It's pretty good. I like. You think they're gonna like end up doing like some crazy Civil War kind of angle at the end when Kenny's back, and like that'd be
Oh
pretty
yeah,
amazing.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hangman is going to be a factor.
It'll be okay. It'll be Kenny Omega, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, and Brian Pillman Jr. Yeah. Oh, wait.
Wait a minute. They're not there anymore.
I don't think. Dang it. I think you could actually, like, not joking aside, you could throw MJF in this. Like, if you want to have him be a baby face, he'd be a pretty good, like, AEW face to stand up for them. Or I don't know if, like, he'll turn heel immediately against Adam Cole, or he'll be too distracted by Adam Cole. We're also probably 6 months away from MJF coming back as is, so we probably shouldn't plan this story with him in it, but
Yeah.
they're planning it with Kenny Omega, and he's still months away.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, overall I really enjoyed it. The elite stuff is really enjoyable to watch. Yeah, the Serena Deeb, Tony Storm storyline is so to me. It's just kind of a stepping stone to get to Mariah May. So yeah, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm really into it. We got let's see, me and Chad are going to Collision in 1 week.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird Thursday night. And yeah, you're not going to that one, right, Chandler?
I will be at the beach, so unfortunately I will not be going. Should be fun though.
Yeah. Um, well, yeah, really enjoyed the episode. So, yeah, everyone out there, don't forget to like and subscribe. Do the elbow drop on that like button. Do a jackknife power bomb on that. Yeah, or a last ride. Let's do a last
Ooh.
ride on that subscribe button. And then leave a comment. Yeah, we're on that audio realm.
Maybe give us a
Um,
trivia question.
Yeah. I keep forgetting to look up.
yeah. Yeah, we're on all the major uh audio podcast platforms. Yeah, that's actually kind of cool that we're doing that too. We got people watching those or
Yeah.
listening to those. So yeah, I'd like to. Oh, I did look up how to get monetized on Podbean. We're not
Oh, yeah.
there yet, but yeah, we'll get there one day. But yeah, it's fun. I really like doing that podcast stuff. But yeah, uh, let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I needed to get out there.
Ooh,
Um,
if you've enjoyed any of our short form contents, my part 2 of my top blood feuds in wrestling came out. I thought that was a really fun episode, so check it out. I thought it cooked, as the kids say.
Yeah.
Or do they slap? Is it slapping now, or was that?
It slapped and cooked. That's how good it
Oh.
was, and that's why you need to watch it after you
Yeah.
like and subscribe.
Cool. Yeah, we're climbing. We're 226 subscribers, gentlemen.
Oh, what were we gonna do for 250? I can't even remember.
Ooh.
Can't remember either. We're getting a
I think we're
tattoo,
still
right?
talking about it.
I thought tattoo was
I don't
1,000.
remember. No.
I've been looking
You
up.
two are getting a tattoo
I've
at
been looking up
1,000.
Ryback logos unironically to get a Ryback tattoo.
I was gonna get the Goldberg
Just
tattoo
feed
on my
me
tramp
more.
stamp.
Nice. I'll just get the Ryback logo right on my neck.
I will
Get
not.
Cody. You got get Cody, Chandler, right on your neck.
No. I'll never get a job if I do that.
All right.
I'll
If we
never
get
get
500 likes
any
on this
job if I
video,
get that neck tattoo.
Chandler will get the Cody Rhodes tattoo.
Man,
If I
you should
get
just
$500 deposited in my bank account right now, I'll get the Cody Rhodes tattoo. I'll make that bet.
Man, but for real, you should just get a little bitty one somewhere secret.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'll think about it.
Cool. Yeah, we're climbing. People are.
Yo, you know what'll sway me if we get some recommendations down in the comments below. What tattoo should I maybe get for 1,000 subscribers?
Ooh, I haven't thrown up a poll in a while. Maybe that should be the next poll.
Yeah, we should make a whole video on that, like us talking about that goal and like what we might do or whatever. Yeah, man, maybe like, yeah, even if you don't do it, I'm still gonna probably do it. But we should like record that, like the actual tattoo, like in the parlor and like. Yeah, I'm just gonna get the old WCW.
You'll need someone to hold the camera.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Well, yeah, that was a freaking fun episode. Yeah, had a lot of fun. But yeah, I think that might just about do it. Can't think of really anything else to talk about. Yeah, we'll have our Collision review coming up here in a few days after this goes up. I may or may not watch Rampage. We'll see. It's another. They've been doing that a lot. Do you think they're easing us into 3-hour long AEW shows?
God, I hope not. Please don't do 3-hour Dynamites. Please do not. Please, I beg you. I can barely fit the 2-hour ones into my schedule. I can't do a 3-hour Dynamite. I'm a Zoomer. I don't got that long of an attention span.
Yeah. Exactly. But cool, yeah. I think that just about does it. Thank you, Chad. Thank you, Chandler.
Thank you, Dave.
This was this is a good one.
Dave.
Yeah, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, all that fun stuff, and we'll catch you all later. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
Peace.
Bye-bye.